You know that feeling when you start something new or you're starting something that you know already and you're like I'm the underdog. There's a million other people doing it and I'm starting out. So I know as soon as I get traction, I'm going to be new. I'm going to be something refreshing into this environment and I'm going to make my mark on wherever I am. And as time goes on, you keep going and going and going, and you realize you're no longer the underdog. You're no longer right here where you were like you're the secret underground rapper or the underrated artist that no one ever listens to, that like you keep low key so no one else knows because it's part of your personality. So if they blow up, then the ambiguity of it becomes diminished. It's not there no more. And it's like being your favorite artist is like corny now all of a sudden. And that's kind of what I feel with anything in life, with whatever we are, um whatever your occupation or habit might be. You might realize that when you're starting like below or just starting out, and you get to the certain level of being the underdog, and people like to bet on the other underdog. You know the saying of, oh, everyone loves an underdog, but until you are no longer the underdog. I would like to use like being an artist, right? What I was just saying. There's your favorite underground artist, underrated artist, and you're hoping they don't blow up. You're hoping that they stay low key, because if you keep liking them and they're low key, that's a part of your personality. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you an individual and different from everyone else. And then as soon as they blow up and everyone knows who they are and they get popular, they become mainstream. It's like, well, now it's a part of this hive mind, this concubine, this hive mind of people that are saying, yo, he's so goated, she's so goated. And then the individuality just leaves now. Now it's like they're corporate, they're commercial. Everyone knows who they are, and it doesn't make it unique anymore. It doesn't make it cool anymore. Or an underrated movie people keep talking about that, like you wanted to stay like underground that no one knew about. So then everyone keeps talking about it and talking about it, thinking like, this will make them unique, and it's just such like a small niche, a very specific niche. And then it's like, all right, now it's not unique anymore. Now it's not, because it's popular and everyone knows what it is now. And I think a part of that is, I think everyone loves an underdog because they love the story of somebody starting with nothing and then getting to something, because people love to see the impossibles become possible. So when you see like the Cavs in 2016 come back from a 3-1 lead, everyone loved it. They were the underdogs. They love a story like that of them coming up. And you think like as soon as the underdog wins, that like the support would continue, but that's just not the case. People for some reason hate that once an underdog or someone that's underrated like gets to that certain level, it's like they lose what made them special. And that's because everyone keeps tying in the whole underdog thing as a personality. That's someone's personality now. That's someone's identity. And when they win, they become something, they become popular, mainstream, it loses that. It diminishes and it goes away. And what made them unique in them, it had like that ambiguity, is now gone. And I've always wondered why that is. You'd think that an underdog winning, someone going rags to riches, like this would be something to support. But I think the truth is that we relate so much to the underdog because that's how we feel in everyday life. We feel that way when we're taking the train or we're taking the bus, when we could have a car. When we're living in an apartment or a place that isn't ours and we wish to have our own home. That grind of getting from point A to point B and getting there. Everyone loves that story of how someone started off like this and goes to this. Why do you think everyone tries to make that story, whether it's promoting a business, whether it's trying to resonate with people on a channel. Everyone always tries to talk about their struggles before they get to their success. And that's because that's what people love. They love the story of an underdog, someone that started with nothing, someone that was living on a street, then turns out to live on a mansion, turns out to own his own home, have a wife and beautiful kids. And as soon as the story ends, it's almost like that, all the good feelings that were tied into it go away. I'll give you another example. It's like around me, being poor, it was like everyone could relate to being poor. But then if someone had money or someone had some type of status, they were thought about in a wrong way or a wrong manner. But then, isn't that the whole goal? Isn't that the whole goal, that you want your kids to never have to worry about a meal or shoes or clothes or a house, that they have all these things, all these privileges? And it just makes you think, like, people really do love when someone comes up. They don't love someone that's already had it, someone that's already been given something, someone that is already at the destination. And I think that's the problem. Because what happens when you stop becoming an underdog? What happens when you stop becoming the favorite, or when the odds aren't in your favor, or the odds are now in your favor? It's almost like people villainize you, being a boxer, going and fighting someone, the champ, and then you win, and now you're the champ, and you rightfully earned it, and now people want to see you fall. They want to see the next person come up and win. It's like a cycle that keeps repeating and repeating. And it just makes you wonder, when will we also appreciate the person that was once an underdog now becomes something? We don't. It's kind of selfish, and I think we know that a little bit. But like when we want our favorite artist, we want our favorite maybe niche YouTube channel, when we want our favorite whatever to stay low key, that's just self-serving. We just want it for us. We just want it to be so that it can be a part of our personality. Like, hey, like, I'm the only one who knows this YouTuber, this makes me unique. Or I'm the only one who knows this musician, it makes me unique. Like, not a lot of people know who it is. So, that's a part of my personality. That's what part of makes me me, and individualizes me. Now I'm not a part of the hive mind that is, social media, where 100 million people are listening to Drake and I'm one of them. Like things like that, Like, oh, I listen to Drake, I go to the gym, and I sleep. It's not really unique. And I think that's why people love that part, is the individuality. And I think we need to separate our individuality to the underdog status, and, take it for what it is. There's nothing wrong with an underdog. I think, I'm not trying to put this in the wrong light, but I do think an underdog story, everyone does love an underdog story. How could you not? And that's what makes it so beautiful. It gives you hope, and hope is so strong. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just the problem with, like, if Bronny Jr. is getting criticized, like, I think that's every father's goal, to have a kid go into the NBA, to be rich, to already have money. And he's a guy who's pretty successful and doesn't flaunt his success. And it's just crazy. The whole family's successful. And I don't know, to have people diminish that or have people talk bad on that is very, like I said, self-serving, and it puts light in the wrong things. When we promote the wrong stuff, we promote a lot of bad things, bad music, bad taste in clothes, bad habits. Like, and I just don't think it's a good idea. That the part of hating someone for getting into the destination that you wanted them to go on is very condescending and very hypocritical. How can you want someone to win so bad, and then when they win, you don't like them as much? It's just crazy. But I hope you guys like this video. It was kind of just a little fun video I wanted to make. It was something that I just thought of right away. Something that I just tried to talk about on top of my head, get something going. Because I have other videos I'm trying to plan on right now, writing a script for something right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Do what you want with that like button, that subscribe button is there. Just saying. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys.